Swig of G Fuel for good luck. Product placement that I'm not sponsored by. Check. Lighting, check. New mount, can't wait to show you that. Check. Yeah, I guess we're ready to start. Okay, so a little while ago, I reviewed the Bellroy Venture Pack, and I really loved that bag, but it had some flaws. The main opening was kind of hard to get in and out of, and I didn't really like how it was like a latch system that wasn't my favorite. Over time, the straps started to loosen on their own if the bag got too heavy, and it just was lacking some of that vital organization that we all love so much. Well, luckily, I think Bellroy noticed that and realized they needed a pack that was similar, that checked all of those boxes that we were wanting. And so we came out with the Venture Ready Pack. And I gotta be honest with you, after using this thing for a couple weeks, this is the upgrade that we wanted. Let's get into it. I also realized that I said we came out with this in the intro. I didn't make this with Bellroy, if that's not completely obvious. But I will say a big thank you to Bellroy for reaching out to me and asking me if I wanted to try this. A little while ago, I put it on my Instagram story that a brand I was absolutely in love with for the first time asked to work with me. That brand was Bellroy, and the pack was this. And let me just tell you, I am very thankful and very grateful because I think that this pack is exactly what we want in a day pack for EDC carry on, or just regular old going about your day pack. Okay, so we're gonna get into all the nooks and crannies of this bag here shortly, but first I wanna go over some of the specifications on the materials and what it's made out of. So this bag has a 26-liter capacity and weighs roughly 955 grams, or if you're American, 2.11 pounds. This bag is about 20 inches tall by about 13 inches wide, and it's made from durable, water-resistant fabric from recycled materials. Now, one thing I will say about the materials on this bag that I really love is on my flight coming home from testing this bag on a 2-week trip, my water bottle here decided to leak, and it leaked all down the side of this bag. And I started to freak out because I was like, oh my God, my laptop is in there, my iPad is in there, all my electronics are in there, and this water just seeped through. Now, I've always been a big fan of this material from Bellroy, and honestly, after about an hour, it dried completely. Nothing, and I mean nothing, on the inside of this pack was even remotely damp. These materials, coupled with the YKK zippers and the WeatherGuard zips, and I know that the WeatherGuard zips are a little bit of a turnoff for some people because they're kind of shiny. I understand that, but overall, the water resistant factor of this bag is kind of incredible because I mean, half of my water bottle spilled. I was a little nervous because I was also on a flight and I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be everywhere. This is gonna be a disaster. But the fact that the bag was dry before I landed, and my flight was only like an hour and a half, I wasn't going very far, and nothing on the inside was wet, just shows that this bag was built to not only be durable, but also extremely waterproof or water resistant as well. So when it comes to the straps, you have two really nice straps that are beefy with some padding, as well as a really nice sternum strap with a fidlock. The only thing I will say about this fidlock that I wasn't the biggest fan of is that sometimes when I set it down, it would find itself and connect, and I'd have to reconnect it or unconnect it in order to put the bag on comfortably and easily. Another issue that I kind of had with the straps is the way I sling my bag is on my right shoulder first, and whenever I would try to put my left strap on, it would get kind of twisted, and I'd have to find myself constantly fixing it. And that could just be the way that I put the bag on, or it could just be the fact that this bag does have a little bit of some twists to it, so just something to definitely keep in mind. On top of that, you also have this really nice strap here up at the top, which is great for ripping and gripping. It's made from a nice seatbelt material with a little bit of foam in there, and it does a really good job of putting this under the seat in front of you, up in the overhead bin, or wherever you might be storing this bag. This bag also has one of my favorite features with these little guys right here that keep these straps nice and organized when you're walking. So if you're a little bit of a smaller person or a smaller frame, you need to cinch this down really tight. You don't have to worry about flaps strapping and flapping and flippity flopping everywhere you go, thanks to these wonderful little organization bits that they have on here. I'm not really quite sure what the technical term of these are, but we're gonna call them strappy hold down thingies. But one of the best parts about this bag, and it was also on the other Venture pack, is this nice air channel. Beefy foam here on the back with a nice breathable air channel down the middle made this bag extremely comfortable when I was traversing all the airports or wherever it was that I was going. Overall, the comfort factor on this bag is incredible. And for reference, I am 5'8", around 175 pounds, and this is what the bag looks like on me. It is a great fit. I like the way it rests on my shoulders, and again, it is comfortable. With everything that I have loaded in this pack, I still feel like it was a comfortable carry, even traversing through some of the long walks in the airport. Okay, and the last thing I want to hit on before I get into the nooks and crannies are these zippers. And I already mentioned that they're Weather Guard YKK zips, which are fantastic, but Bellroy never disappoints when it comes to their zipper pulls, and these are no different. What I really like about the Venture Pack is that there's only 2 zippered compartments on the outside, and because of the way that this pack opens, full clamshell style or full like DeLorean door opening style, you can easily position these to get into the bag wherever you want. And right now, just because I was putting my stuff back in from getting to my trip, all 3 of my zippers are on the same side. Normally, I would have my zippers for the main compartment on the right side or left side if you're looking at it, and then my zipper for the quick access compartment obviously on this side because that's where it rests, which I really like. The dual zipper action on this reminds me a lot of the Wander Duo Pack, where you have the ability to get into any section, any part of the bag without interrupting anything else. And not to mention the fact that these zipper pulls are really easy to grab, they feel good, they're beefy, and they're long enough that you can easily grab them, but not incredibly long enough or distracting that they would dangle everywhere and get in the way with anything. They are honestly like the perfect size. Okay, so the first pocket I want to talk to you about is the water bottle pocket. Now, this is just a normal water bottle from Walmart, average size. Those big boys that you get from like Yeti or anything like that definitely are not going to fit in here. There's no give to this, there's no stretch, but it is a deep water bottle pocket, which is good if you have maybe taller ones or if you're worried about anything falling out. But on top of that, what makes this bottle pocket even better is there is this little clippy guy right here. So this little guy right here connects to this, and this allows you to bring taller items without having to worry about it flopping around. So if you wanted to bring like a travel tripod, you could cinch it down using this to make sure it stays secure. Or if you had longer water bottles or taller water bottles, this would help keep it secure to the bag so it doesn't flop everywhere or accidentally spill out or put you off balance. So overall, I really like the water bottle pocket. And I also like that they included a feature that I was a big fan of on the last pack, and that is this side hidden pocket. Now, on the last Venture Pack, this kind of acted as a water bottle pocket. So the inclusion of an actual water bottle pocket is something that I am a huge fan of, because now this pocket can serve its actual function for extra organization. So in this pocket, this is where I ended up putting my sunglasses. Now, I no longer buy expensive sunglasses because I lose them like they're going out of style. So this was a $5 pair from the Dollar Tree. If you have nice sunglasses, there is a nice spot up here for them. But for me, it just didn't make sense. I wanted to use this for more quick access items. So sunglasses are always good. Also, a straw, always carry a straw. I didn't mean to grab a plastic one. I typically bring a reusable, but whenever I travel, I always like to have a reusable straw. But in this case, I just have a plastic one. And then, but the main function, and one of the reasons I like this pocket, is for regular EDC carry, it has a key clip. Now this key clip is great because you can easily store your keys in your wallet, and with the positioning and the way that this pocket is laid out, it has a little bit of security kind of being near your back, so putting more valuable items, something like a passport or a wallet in here, will be a little bit of secure, and you won't have to worry too much about it falling out or getting pickpocketed if you want. But this pocket is small and flat, and one thing to keep in mind is depending on how much you pack out the main compartment, it will affect the dimension of the side compartment, and same thing for the water bottle. Too much on the inside pushing up against it will limit what you can put in those. So in terms of pockets on the outside, those are the 2 that you have: a nice water bottle pocket and a nice zippered pocket up against the side of the bag. But the reason why I love this bag so much, and the main feature that I think makes this bag way better than the previous regular Venture Pack, is the quick access compartment up here at the top. So with this quick access compartment, I used it for my regular everyday plane needs. So what I like to carry with me is a little kickstand for my iPad or my phone if I want to watch something or just prop it up. In this left side as well, I put Tylenol, toothpick, gum thingies, and then my chapstick, as well as these 2 pin holders for my pens. Now this left side, as you can see, there's a little bit of a divider, is just a straight pocket with the 2 pin guys. Whereas on this side, you have an extra flap for organization. So in the main compartment on this one, or the main area, I put my charger and my AirPod Pros, because when I was on the plane, I was definitely going to be using these, charging my phone, listening to music, whatever it is. So this pocket was great for that. But in this little mesh guy that offers a little extra organization is where I was putting my travel wallet from Monarch. Link down below, check this out, love this wallet. It's the best travel wallet, there is no question. that I've ever used. It's the best wallet that I've ever used. But this is the organization up here. There are so many different combinations that you can use for this. I used it as a security dump when I was going through security as well as just having all the items that I would want readily available to me when I was on the plane. Things like my charger, my headphones, pins, stand, things like that. This pocket just works so well because of this divider. Without this divider, this pocket would not be that great. It'd be very average, it'd be very normal. But having this divider, in my opinion, does a great job of letting you carry more. Now, to some people that might be a hindrance because you might want to put larger items in here, and to that I understand, but I really think that this does a good job of being what it's designed to be. A quick access compartment for smaller items, especially when you're traveling that you want readily available or going to the cafe or wherever it is you're going. These are the items that you want direct and immediate and easy access to. But that quick access compartment was an absolute lifesaver on my flights. Being able to grab what I wanted easily and readily available, especially when I put this on my roller luggage, when I was getting rolling through the airport to check my bag and everything. Just a really, really solid pocket, and I'm really glad they did the inclusion of it because that was what was missing on the regular Venture pack. It just had that flap, but because it was on where it opened, it just didn't work. I wasn't a fan. I liked the pack, which is why I'm really glad they changed it on this one. So from the main compartment, like I said, it has a full DeLorean door style opening. These zippers go all the way down, and then you get this nice big opening. So when it comes to what I put in here, there's a little bit of organization and a nice laptop and tablet sleeve. So for me, here on the side, this is a case that I don't remember where I got it, but in here is probably the most valuable item I could ever travel with. My old school Game Boy Advance SP with Pokemon. This has just been my new travel thing, playing Pokemon on the plane, but this case fits great here. This is a great upper organization pocket for maybe smaller pouches or other quick items that you might want to get to. Below that is a nice little jar that is smell proof for my wonderful flight experiences that I like to have. Below that is where I would put my tripod. Now I know that there is a spot for the tripod to fit in that water bottle pocket, but for me, with this being a travel one, it just made more sense to put it on the inside. I'm not gonna be pulling this out when I'm in transit. Below that is my tech case. Now this is the one from Side by Side Gear that I've been using quite a bit. I really like this one because this front compartment right here is beefy enough to fit like my chargers and everything. And then the other compartment has tons of organization for cables, which I've taken out some of them since I've been home in order to record. But this is a great pouch linked down below, one of my top 3 favorites. And then below that is just where I put my jacket. You're going to be seeing a lot of the Red Sox on my channel until September because I'm a massive Red Sox fan, and that's the end of that sentence. I'm just a massive Red Sox fan. So this is kind of what the compartment looks like without anything filling up the main space. Now, back here, this is your laptop sleeve. It can fit up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now, I currently am using the 14-inch MacBook Pro M2, which is phenomenal with my wonderful little hard case on here. Fits in there great. And then the tablet sleeve right below that is where I have my iPad, regular, I think it's the new generation, but it's not a Pro, it's just a regular 10-inch iPad with a case fitting in there phenomenally. So when it comes to this whole main organization compartment, you get a lot of options, and I like that both having a 14-inch laptop and an iPad in here, as well as all the other items that I have, this bag still remained comfortable and easy to get in and out of, and easy to pull things out of without it feeling too tight or compressed. Then on the main flap that you open it up with, you have 2 extra organization bits. Now, this front one is one of my favorites because it kind of is a miscellaneous. For me, it's where I keep my Magic Mouse and then some wet wipes. I get really clammy on flights and stuff, and I always like to have wipes with me. So I wipe my hands to wipe stuff down, whatever you might need. I've just been traveling with those lately. And then below that is my old fan favorite, my favorite headphones, the PXC 550 noise canceling headphones. These are great and they fit perfectly in this spot. Any headphones you have around this size fit great in this compartment, and it's so easy to get them in and out, just unzipping the top and then reaching down and grabbing them. It is super easy. Great pocket for headphones. And that is pretty much the entirety of the organization and how this pack lays out. Why I like it so much is I like that it has organization. It has enough organization to get you where you want to go. It's not overloaded with organization and extra pockets that just take up space and you might not end up using. This pack is definitely more geared towards people that want that minimal organization and maybe want to utilize things like pouches or bigger items that would fill up this entire space. One thing that I did test out with this is on my trip, I used the Pete Design packing cube. I packed it out with my normal clothes, my personal clothes for the trip that I was on, and I threw it in here. And there was room not only for that, but also a small toiletry kit on top of that with my laptop and tablet inside here. So at 26 liters, at about 2 pounds empty, you could easily use this for weekend trips, or even if you're a minimalist traveler and you like to do the one bag travel and push yourself. I personally like to stay in the 30 to 35 liter range, but 26 liters is still phenomenal for one bag travel if you want to pack as light as possible. You could easily accomplish this with this pack, making it even more versatile and more enjoyable. It's something that I plan on using on weekend trips because of that fact right there. It does a really good job of being more than one thing. It can be a great everyday carry bag, it can be a great carry-on bag, and it can even be a minimal travel bag as well. So a couple other items I want to feature on this bag that I didn't hit in the beginning, and that is an area for lash straps. If you wanted to strap, there are 4 points on each corner of this bag for external lash straps, as well as a spot here for the bike light. I always forget to mention the bike light because I don't own a bike and I haven't ridden a bike, rode a bike, ridden? My God, my grammar just disappeared. I haven't been on a bike and pedaled it in like 20 years, since I was like 9. So I always forget to mention that. But for those cyclists out there, great. I called them bikers one time and someone was like, that's motorcycles. And I was like, you're correct, cyclists. Gotta get the term right. Cyclists, great. And I think I'm gonna buy a bike, honestly. I think I should get a bike. I wanna go mountain biking. That's beside the point. So lash drops and a spot for a bike light are just another addition to this pack. So overall, I am very impressed and very happy with this new venture pack that Bellroy put out. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this pack, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my very best to answer those for you. You can always shoot me an email, odiematthewsbags@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you want to see more videos, photos, have a chat, suggestions, or just say hi. I'm always down to say hi. I love to talk to people. Come say hi. Thank you guys again so very much for all the love and support. I say it every video, and I say it every video because I mean it. I'm so thankful that I get to do this. I love it, and I love you guys for supporting me, and I love being able to show this stuff to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that wonderful YouTube nonsense. And with all of that being said, I will see you next time.